opened my big mouth, my voice deep like Mama's when it needed to be. I remember shouting, "We're here!" Everyone froze. Even Ira, who'd been laughing sourly. Even Ezra, who had a bruise beginning to darken his cheek. I could feel Knox beside me, his eyes fixed on me, like he was surprised by that voice of mine. Mr. Bird unlocked the cafe door, a slow turn of a key, and Georgie stood sweating in its gap. I let out a long and trembling breath. We were all together and safe, but how safe, I said, and how would we ever get home if we couldn't work together? It was only by chance that we'd gotten away, and we were fools if we thought we were out of danger. It was up to us, just us, I said, to turn that fragile grace into something more. Words flew from me, but afterward they felt weightless. Above us, through the atrium, I saw a swooping silhouette, a lone bat or a sparrow in flight. It was already dusk again. A pale full moon was rising, and I felt exposed beneath it. Weaving through a maze of chairs and people, I retreated to the restroom. Even at the entrance, the stink of unflushed toilets hit me. I gagged, but nothing came up. My body dense with a sick, held-in feeling, like I was carrying something impossibly heavy that I could not set down, not even for a moment. I leaned against the wall, flicking the switch out of habit, my fingers, even after all those weeks, still reaching for the world as it had once been. I made my way back to the sinks in the low light, feeling like I'd only added to the chaos. In the mirror, I could barely make out my reflection. My hair pulled into two messy knots, my face black and blue like the ebony sculptures Mama used to collect. I planned to come out and say to everybody, "What do I know?" I planned to come out and apologize. When I finally came out, everyone was still standing near the cafe, their bodies close. I could hear a voice, unsteady but rising, Ma Violet's voice. She was singing an old hymn I half remembered, and Miss Edith's voice fell in too. Other folks seemed to know its rhythms, the way they swayed to it. Thing is, Ma Violet had lived on First Street for most of her life, and she knew everybody. Even feral kids like KJ, who tended to come around looking hangdog near supper time. Even the white families like Ira and Carol, who'd begun to raise or renovate the rundown houses adjacent to First. Miss Edith knew lots of folks too, and bringing covered dishes to the homebound and fresh bundles of herbs and greens to everybody in August past, when the community garden was bursting with color. those two old ladies sang as if their lives depended on it. My Violet's light voice lifting up, and Miss Edith's drum major depth coming in underneath, so that other folks began to hum or sing like they wanted to be held in between. When I walked towards that singing, the group pulled me in, one hand after another, until I was standing beside my grandma and part of the rough circle they'd made. I felt their gazes rising to take me in, like they wanted to hear my voice too, like it was an extension of theirs.